Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday, January 13th. I can't
Already.
believe we're almost halfway through this crazy, crazy month. In a good way, crazy month in a good way. But I can't believe we're halfway through. Let's say hello to everybody. Come on in, say hello. I know it's chilly. Some of you are experiencing snow, and some of you are experiencing bitter, bitter cold. We are cold here in Washington State. It is a whopping 18 degrees. Usually it does not get below, let's say, 28 degrees here. So, and we've got, I think, a dusting of snow, maybe less than an inch. But it's crazy. Everybody's like, oh my God, oh my God. They get really crazy out here because they don't have any plows or anything. So it's a little crazy. All right, let's say hello to everybody. Hello, Carson. Good to see you. I'm excited for this chat and numerology as well. And go out and buy this book,
Oh,
Wisdom of Numerology. Susan did such a great job with this book. It is really like a Bible of numerology. Everything is so well explained. So, pardon the ring
thank you.
light, but everything is so well explained. That's what I forgot today. I must have left it upstairs. I'm like, ring, where's my wedding ring? It's upstairs. Okay. Cindy, hello. Joy, hello. Amanda, hello. Chris, hi, Chris from Iowa. Good to see you. Gina, hello. Jill, happy Saturday. Thank you. Chugga chugga on January train 143. Whoop whoop. We are here. We here are both. Yes. Melanie, super excited to see this. I love the numerology podcast.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you so
you.
much for watching. I appreciate that. That was our listening. That was fun doing the numerology.
Yeah, it was.
That was good.
It
Um,
was fun.
it's 5 degrees in Illinois. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
3
Negative.
degrees. Oh, 3 degrees in Idaho. Three.
Idaho.
The high today was 3 degrees.
Idaho, Idaho.
Idaho.
Chris, negative 11. Oh my God, with 10 inches of snow.
Oh my
Crazy. Leslie, hello. Leslie's in Florida. They have no snow.
God. Well,
Melissa, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Shawnette, 30 below zero here in Nebraska.
oh,
And lots of, well, Nebraska is the longest state to drive through. Let me tell
yeah.
you, it is like driving from Chicago to live here. I'm like, are we done? Are we through Nebraska yet? No.
I heard from a friend of mine in Nebraska today, and she said Nebraska's closed. The whole state is closed. Just don't even bother. It's just all closed. That makes sense. Now I know.
It's flat.
It is.
Psychic medium Lee Walzak, hello. Thanks for being here. Hope you're feeling better, my friend. Beth, good to see you. Hope you're feeling a little bit better. Angie, hello. And Elias says, guess, well, it's Susan. It's a wonderful book. I did buy it. You did. Excellent.
Thank you.
Hello, Miranda. Good to see you. Wisdom of Numerology. Got it. Check. Can we find it on her website? You can find it on her website. You want to give them the...
Absolutely. Wisdomofnumerology.com. You can get it on my website, but it's easy to also to get it on Amazon.
On Amazon,
It's
whichever you prefer.
Yep. Just put in Wisdom of Numerology and it'll bring you right to my book.
There we go. Sorry.
You'll probably get it faster.
On Amazon. You'll get it on Amazon. Okay, there we go. Had a little light issue.
Oh, thanks, Delora.
Oh, hello. Okay, yay. Hello, Kathleen. Good to see you, my friend. 24 in Southern Illinois. Oh my God, negative 41 in Canada. Burr.
Oh.
We have to follow that with a burr, eh? It's a burr, eh? Okay. Christy, 60. That's chilly for you guys. That's really,
it is for Tucson. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
That has to be with the wind chill. Yep.
Mhm.
Very cold. 23. Very cold, I meant to say. 23 in Pennsylvania. Okay. Kathleen says, hello. Chrissy, can I come visit? I still need to be a snowbird. Hello all. We are 11 degrees, feeling like 2. That's chilly for Texas. That is. Okay, Delora put it on wisdomofnumerology.com. Thank you. I bought it last year when we saw her. Yes. Not yet, unfortunately, but thank you. Well, Lee, asking that Archangel Michael give you strength, and our Archangel Raphael give you healing. And for everybody else on here that needs healing, for all of us. Lots of snowbirds. Yes, yes. The cold has hit. Rhonda, hello. How are you? Rhonda's in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
Idaho. Idaho, Idaho. Gloria, hello. And Vicky, good to see you. Jill says I bought it last year, I think right after she was on your live last time.
Oh, yeah, that's great. That was a year ago.
That was a year ago, right?
It was. It showed up on my Facebook page, a year ago memory. And I went, oh my gosh, that was just a year.
That's good. That is good. Well, it's always good to have you on. Hey, Sharon, hope you're feeling well too, my friend. And Joyce says, hi, Vicky. I am. It's a blizzard too. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, if you haven't purchased the book, please purchase the book. It is awesome. We're going to go over some stuff, guys. So you might want to get pen and paper. Just to let you know, you might want to get pen and paper. So I have to tell you, Suzan and we met with Delora and Rachel Elizabeth. I hope we're sending her good vibes. She's in the rehab center right now, healing. She got into a bad car accident last week and broke her pelvis. So yeah. So constant prayers for her as well. And Delora and I and Laura Bryant and Jeanette and a few others, we were all there in Scottsdale, and I just turned around and we were just chatting, and you told me I had a book. You had a book coming up, and I said, oh, I have a book coming up too. We exchanged cards, and here we are.
It's magic.
2 years later.
Right. And then we met again in Skamania, which was such fun. Oh my gosh, that was a blast.
Can I tell you a little secret?
Yes, please.
There's another Skamania coming up.
Oh, no way.
And that is Janiki from Norway. Good to see you, my friend. So glad you're here. Hello, Danielle. And yes, prayers for Rachel. Yes. I'm doing a wellness retreat at Skamania. I am the facilitator.
Oh my gosh, that's fabulous. I'm thrilled for you.
Skamania is presenting it, and CYL.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is helping to promote it. So it's not technically a CYL event, but thanks to Laura. Save the date, guys. It's talking about balance in your life, how to find balance between work and play. And I'm really excited. The save the date piece, you'll find out more information on eliaspatras.com. So go there and look under events. But that's the pitch. So Sue and I met, and you have been at this for a long time. This is like, you do psychic work, you're an intuitive, you're a world traveler. I love that about you. Guys, can you believe that Susan's been on a camel? She's been on a camel.
Oh God, more than once.
Yeah, and I think that's awesome.
Hey, I have to tell you, speaking of doing this for a long time, I was just sitting with Sandra Taylor, psychic, and awesome woman. And she was the second that has told me that I've done numerology in past lifetimes, ancient lifetimes, and then also more recent lifetimes. So I've been at this a long time. It's a soul calling for me to do numerology. And it just came so naturally to me. And I loved astrology, and evidently I taught that too in another lifetime. But I loved astrology as well. But numerology just screamed at me. I couldn't get enough. So as soon as I discovered it, I just kept finding out more. I gathered a huge library, all of it. So yeah, I've been at this a long time, and I love it. It just makes sense. And it's actually helped me make sense out of my life. And actually what I want to talk about today too is about the personal year. So let
me say hi, Kai. Are you here? Say hello. Danielle, hello. Good to see you. Danielle says, I'm so excited about this. Okay. So let's start. Do you want me to pull up the chart thing first?
Let's do that. Let's show that just brief flyer, it's if you can read that. mainly what this is, and this what you want to figure out, what you want to calculate right now is your personal year. So 2024 is an 8-year. And the way that we know that universally, it's an 8-year, 2024. 2 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. So it's an 8-year. Now, I'm going to tell you all about the 8-year, but I want you to figure out, to do your own calculations about your personal year, because a personal year is different. Now, the way that you calculate the personal year, you can see it on this insert here, but you add your birth month, whatever your birth month is, and your birthday, and you add that to 2024. Add it to an 8. So if you were born December 27th, right? That's what you are. I can't read that
Right.
even myself.
12/27.
December 27th. So 12 December is a 1 plus 2, so there's a 3. And then 27 is a 2 plus 7, which is 9. So you have 3 plus 9 plus 8. And that all adds up to 2, basically comes down to 2, 20. And then that 20 turns into a 2. So Elias, you're in a 2-year, and I'm going to tell you about that too. But first of all, I want you to know that this 8-year, universally, this is what it means for the universe. Now, some of you will also come up with an 8 personal year. All that means is, which means a lot, but it means that you're going to have double 8 energy for this year. So in an 8-year, what we're going to look at is management, organization, it's business, it's career, it's being your own self authority, it's your empowerment. This is a big outward year for everyone. It's a money year. Money comes and goes a lot in an 8-year. And so watch what flows out, but it should be coming in too. 8-year, big year for balance. This is a good year to be doing your April event at Scamania, because this is a year of balance, and 8 is all about balance. So it's really important. By the end of the year, you're going to understand better who you are as a human being. And this is a year to take risks too. You may be asked to step up, be a leader, step up and take an authority position. People that may come back into your lives, that you'll be tested. Let me say it that way. Your authority will be tested, because this is a self-authority year. So if you think stand up and stand up for yourself. This is a year to absolutely do that. So for people that, have you all calculated? Did everybody figure out how to calculate your own personal year?
So we'll do that again. What we're doing right now, everybody, is we're letting everybody know that for everyone on the planet, this is an 8-year. It's a number 8-year. You're going to find all this in her book, in Wisdom and Numerology, by the way. So
absolutely. I'm not making stuff that's not in the book.
Right.
No, that's
so I add your birthday. Now you want to do, like Carson said here, if you want to do to find out what your personal year is, it is your birth month, birth date, and the number 8, because that's for 2024. So think about it.
It's not your birth year. Do not add that. You replaced your birth year with 2024. With number
8.
That's the way to say that.
Yes, let's do it again. Okay. So it is, so let's say your birth date is March 1st. Easy. You would do 3 for March, 1 for the 1st, and then you would do 8, right? So we have 8 and 3
and 3 and 1.
Right.
So that's 12.
That's 12.
12. But then you add that 12 together, because we reduce it down to 1 digit. You add that 1 plus 2 together is 3. So that'd be a 3 personal year.
So, for example, Jill said 11/19/2024. This is great because it's double digits. So,
easy.
Yeah. So this is 2
plus 10.
1 plus 2 plus 10, which is really 3, plus 8. So 8 plus 3 is 11.
11.
Which is a 2.
2.
Does that make sense, everybody? Okay. So, and then, yes. So Miranda, that would be a 2. It would be a 2. You are correct.
Right.
And then reduce it until it's only 1 digit. Great.
Right.
We've got a 7. We've got, why would it be different than any year? Untested every year. This year I'm fighting back.
Why would it be any different than any year? Well, okay, if I understand your question, Joy, every year changes, right?
Right.
Because 2023 was a 7-year. So because 2 + 2 + 3 is 7.
No, she's
So,
just saying that
oh,
she's tested every year because you said this is a good year to be.
oh,
Yeah, she's making a joke.
oh, I'm sorry, Joy. Okay, I'm serious. Let me, you know what? I have a friend of mine that is, she gets I get a double 8. I'm always, whatever year it is, I also get my own personal years the same. So I get a double whammy. And this friend of mine did too. And she called me the other day and she was so concerned. It was like, it felt really heavy on her because this is a year of manifestation and putting yourself out there and achievement and all this. And she just felt really, really heavy, like there was a huge burden on her shoulders. And I told her, I said, don't look at it that way. I said, you have this 8 energy behind you. This is your year to really create what it is you want to create, what you want to manifest in your organization, in your business, in your career, and your relationships, and your relationship with your own self. Plus, it's a self-empowerment year. So you've got that energy behind you to support you into really expanding. It's an outwardly focused year.
And remember, guys, right now we're talking about your personal life pattern, not your life pattern, like the big overall. This is for this year only.
Yes,
so,
right.
Rhonda, if you got a 10, it's a 1, honey. 1 and 0 is a 1.
Oh, good. And great segue. Let's start there.
Yes.
In a 1 year, and Rhonda, was that Rhonda? Anyway, okay. Let me tell you, this is so cool. 1 year is the beginning of the cycle because numerology goes in a 9-year cycle. Right. So the first year of the 9-year cycle is a 1, and that's new beginnings. You got a clean slate. You've got 9 years. This year is your year to think about what it is you want to create.
She just moved. She just moved out of state to a new city, new place, brand new beginning.
Yes. So Rhonda, get really clear what it is you want to create for the next 9 years. What do you see yourself in the next 9 years? This is new beginnings. Plant new seeds for whatever it is that you see yourself that you want to manifest. Okay, new things are going to come into your life. You got a new place to live. Everything. It's going to be a big brand new year. And again, it's an outwardly year. Okay, and you've got that 1 as well as that 8. So I'm thinking this is a big year of manifestation for you. Okay, so write it down. And this is what I tell people: 3 columns. First column is what are your must-haves for the next 9 years? Must-have: health, security, whatever you want to see. Then your second column is what would be nice. Well, okay, millions of dollars or whatever you want to say, finance, prosperity, whatever, however you want to do it. And then in the third column, you write down your wildest dreams. And this is where you don't censor yourself. You know, it's like, I want to travel the world. I want to do whatever. This is up to you. So write those down and write them down. I'm serious. It changes things when you get them on paper. It really does. It's a perfect way to manifest. So in a 1 year, plant those seeds. And then the other thing I want to insert, and I want to say this again at the end too. If you want to sign up on my website, go to wisdomofnumerology.com. It'll give me your email. I will give you every month. I will send you an email about what that month is with regard to your personal year. So. And that's a freebie. It's just a freebie. So go to wisdomofnumerology.com. Okay. So this is for the 1 year. Again, really put yourself out there and really think outside the box of what you want to create. And it's going to be a busy year, Rhonda. I can tell you that. It's a really full year, and money's going to come into play. Father issues come into play a lot of times in a 1 year. So there might be some issues that you're going to have to resolve there. But just know, whatever you want to add to your plate, whatever you want to plant in your garden, this is your year to do it.
That's awesome.
Okay.
And that's for everybody with a 1. Everybody that had a 1 for personal life year. Okay. That's not just Rhonda. Okay. How are we doing on time? I don't want to run out of time. I'll move you along.
Good. Okay. Great. Okay. So a 2 year, this is for you, Elias. In a 2 year, this is a little quieter. This is a little slower. In a 1 year, you're the leader. You step out. People are going to look to you for guidance and leadership, and you are it. You're a 1. You're in charge. In a 2 year, you kind of step back a little bit and you look at what you created the last year, and you nurture what seeds you planted last year. In a 2 year, as you can imagine, it's a year of diplomacy. Intuition is it's higher in advancement. You're going to work with people. It's 2. You're going to work with people. You may actually defer to other people to do things. There's going to be some partnerships, cooperation, negotiation, diplomacy that's going to be required. Pay attention to the details. There's going to be some details. Oddly, some people actually find a new home in a 2 year. It doesn't really fit, but sometimes it happens. I don't know why. But 2, and again, stay balanced. That 2 is another balance number. So it's where that 1 year is a real outward focused number and an outwardly focused year. The 2 is more internal. You get your intuition going, pay attention. And if you haven't connected with your higher power, higher intuition, sit down, meditate. It's not going to be a fast paced year, not like the 1 year. You kind of get a reprieve. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Even though I have a lot going on this year, and I have the retreat, I have a couple other things coming up. I've got I can hear the paper moving. That's okay. We have a save the date for that would be so much fun, Susan, to have you. We'll have to talk about that. To have you come on the cruise that we're going to Greece and Turkey.
Oh, I'll do it in a heartbeat. Love it.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
We'll talk about it.
Okay, absolutely. So no, I'm not saying, okay, but I'm guessing that last year you put this stuff out there. That's what I'm saying. Totally. Last year was your 1 year to create, and this year you're following up. So you're really following through with what you manifested last year. Yeah. And you manifested a lot. There's no question. So yeah, you're going to have to step up. I'm not saying you're going to do anything. So the 3 year, and a 2 year, sometimes there's maternal issues that can come up, issues with mothers, and because 2 is actually a feminine number. But anyway, that's minor. So whatever those are. Okay, 3 year. I'm a 3. We like to talk. So this will be your year to be as a 3. If you get a 3 personal year, it's your year to really be creative in any endeavor you want. Write music, write books, dance, sing, act, whatever is your passion, be creative. And if you aren't creative, I get that, but express yourself in some fashion, because you've got this energy behind you to be creative. Okay, it's your time to get focused, because you don't want to get scattered, and because 3 can be you've got so many ideas coming in that you can get so many that you get scattered and you can't process them. So stick with something. That's what I'm going to tell you to do. It's a lucky year. It's a social year. It's a communication year. Emotional issues may come up, so deal with those as they come up. It's your year to really enjoy yourself. Watch your extravagance, because you got this 8 energy also that says money. So you're going to probably want to spend a lot, but I just say temper that a little bit. Don't go too crazy. So it's a year to have fun. And my suggestion to you is have fun, because in a 4 year, you're going to put your nose to the grindstone and you're going to work. That 4 year is all about foundation, setting up a new foundation, and putting your nose to the grindstone, like I said, and really doing your work. Whatever your work has to be done. 4 is not a year to take risks. It's a year to work. 4 is also the number of health, so make sure you watch your health. It's also the number of legal issues, so there might be something coming up there. But the main thing is to stay in your box in a 4 year. Don't risk, don't step outside that box, just get your work done. Build a new foundation, because you need a good solid foundation under you, because for a 5 year, that's the year, again, outward focused year. And it's your year for freedom, expansion, change. It levels you up. In a 5 year, you're just leveled up. It's pretty awesome. All of these are awesome years. There's no bad year, believe me. But this 5 year, You're going to look forward to it too. If you've been in your box for all that whole 4 year, you're really going to be ready to be free. But you need a good strong foundation so that you can fly when you in that 5 year. So really look outside and see where you need to watch your addictions, because fives are the number of senses, and you really want to enjoy everything that comes. Good travel. I would expect a lot of adventure in that 5 year. Be a good year to really spread your wings and take off. And then your 6 year, that's going to bring you right back home. That's your home, family, relationships, responsibility. That's a year to remodel. It's a year to really look at your marriage and your relationship. We call it now this is the spectrum, divorce and marriage year. So you either get a divorce or you either get married, and it's somewhere on in between. But basically, I want you to know that your relationships are under the spotlight. You're going to be working on your relationships. Your family might need you a little bit more in a 6 year, so be ready for that. But it's really all about your home, and you get to settle in. Make sure you settle in, and it'll be welcome after that 5 year of major change and expansion. You got to get to kind of collect yourself. So in this family responsible year, the next year is a 7. This is your inward year. You get to go inward and really ask yourself the life questions about what is it that you really want, and what do you really believe. And a lot of times in a 7 year, your life purpose may change. You're answering your answers to those big questions about what am I doing here, that can change. It's a very intuitive year. You need a lot of your alone time. Health is another issue that in a 7 year, and you really need your rejuvenation time. And the best way to do that is find yourself in nature. Oh, I can't imagine doing that outside at 3 degrees, but somehow,
Right.
find yourself and rejuvenate and a lot of research can get done in a 7 year. A lot of writing. If you journal, it'd be a big year to do that. I wrote my book in a 7 year. So that it took a lot of work for me to do. Actually, it's my second book. It'll be published this year, fingers crossed. But anyway, so but it'd be a good year to write a book. There you go. And then that brings us back to the 8 year, which is again puts you right out there, and you've got money coming and going. This is going to be a really big year. It feels like it for me. I've got a lot of things lined up with my business and my writing, and so I would suggest anybody in an 8 year, get yourself planned out. What do you want to create this year? Because it's going to be a big one.
And then that brings us to, and I'm going to say hello because she's all the way from the UK. Sarah May from the UK is listening, and she's a 9 year.
Oh, perfect, Sarah. I'm so glad you said that, because after I said that's it, I thought, oh no, we didn't get to 9. 9 is the number of completion. Sarah, this is a really important year for you too. Well, they all are, but this 9 is a completion of the last 9 years. So it's a year to let go, clean out, release anything that you do not want to take with you in the next 9 years, because your next year will be a 1 year. So what you want to do is get rid of anything that you don't want to take with you. And a lot of things naturally end. Some relationships will end. It just happens that way. It's your year of resolution too. It's sort of things sort of resolve in your 9 years. You look back over the last 9 years and you'll look at things and you'll understand things in a different way. There's some insights that'll come to you. This is a year of, like I said, completion and understanding and rewards for your hard work that you've achieved for the last 9 years. Rewards will come to you. It's another really powerful year, highly intuitive. It's a good year to be of service. 9 is a humanitarian number, so it's a good year to be of service to humanity in one way or another. Then I want to tell you about an 8 year, and this goes for everyone. Stay on the right side. Stay positive. Absolutely, you know that a positive mindset is going to bring you the right vibration and the right energy for what you want to create. So keep a positive mindset. and make sure that your moral compass is always flying the right direction, and that'll help you too. And it isn't all about money. You're going to learn that in this 8 year, that money isn't the only form, the only measure of success. There's a lot of other ways to view what you can, how do you say, how you succeed. So there we go. That's all of them.
I love it. Miranda says, I can completely relate to all of this. Makes so much sense from the past 10 years or so. Great. Jill says, whenever you have a chance, I did almost all of my numbers today. I'm not sure I didn't my challenge number right.
Oh.
My 4th challenge number came out negative. What does that mean?
Just get rid of the negative. There's no negative. It's whatever the number is. Because sometimes you'll subtract 5 from 2, and it's going to be a 3. So it's just it's a 3. There's no negative.
And this book will tell you all how to do it, guys.
Yeah,
and if you want, go to Wisdom of Numerology, email Suzan, and get a session with her.
Oh, I love it.
She does, individual sessions.
I do. And a lot of the psychic stuff comes through, which I just love. It's really fun to be doing a chart and knowing what the numbers are, and then all of a sudden something comes up that's not written down on the paper. Yes. So I'd love to do that. Anytime. I love to do readings.
Sarah says, "Thank you, Suzan. Completely makes sense. Gratefully received. Thank you for being up so late." Danielle, what's going on, girl? Did I miss something? My birth month plus your date plus 8 equals 20. Yes, so that's a 2. You're a 2-year with me, girl. You're a 2-year. This is your year to really go within, to really listen, to pay attention to your intuition. And everything that you did last year was really about like go and planted the seed, and now you're taking it in and you're looking at it, right? Did I do that?
Oh my gosh, you listen to me. I love it. What a great student you are. And that's exactly right. It's exactly right. So
Lori says, I have the book, but I need a session with her. Oh. Yes, so go to
Gloria, anytime.
And there you go. wisdomofnumerology.com/services-1. There you go.
Deloria, you're fabulous.
I love it. I love you. Danielle says, thank you. Okay. Rhonda says, makes so much sense. That last year was a 9 too. Yes. Gloria's like, yes. And Gloria's like, thank you. So now is a time for questions. And I'm going to tell you this, guys. Questions about, like, did I do my number right? It's in the book. It's in the book. I would love for Suzan to answer. Like, I have a question.
Okay.
So we have astrology, we have numerology, we have our name even comes with numbers, right? Because you
right. Oh, absolutely.
So how do we choose in here when it says something like we're going to go to our destiny number, we're going to go to our essence number? Which one do we pay attention to the most?
Oh, good question. There are 5 core numbers.
There are all of these, right? I'm going to show everybody.
There's 5 core numbers. Your life path, your destiny, your heart soul number, your personality number, and your maturity number. Your life path number comes from your birth date. So you add your birth date together, and that's your life path. That weighs a little heavier than most of the other ones. I'll say it that way because it's the first one, and it's your birth date. You're not going to change that. Your destiny number comes from your birth name, the name on your birth certificate. Okay. Now you can change your name, but that doesn't change your birth certificate. All that does when you change your name is it gives you other energy of other numbers. So it's still the same, but you get get more energy from what letters you brought in when you changed your name. Then your soul number, it comes from the vowels in your name. It's so funny, but it does. And it's the soul, it's your number that makes your heart sing. Yes, my soul number is a 9, which is serving humanity, which is what this is. And it does. It makes my heart sing to do this. Your personality is what you put out there. It's what people see you as. and it's an outward number. And it comes from the consonants in your name. So it's not quite as important. It just tells a little bit more about you. And then your maturity number kicks in about mid-30s, because there's a maturity that happens in your mid-30s that you don't have. So they're all really important. And some of the numbers, I want to say, kind of appear to conflict. Like a 7, if you have a 7 on your chart, that means that you want to be on your own. You especially like your alone time. It's really, really important to you. And you do research, you read books, you sit in the corner in your happy little camper, whatever. But then you also have a 3 personality. So people may see you as this outwardly going person, but you have this 7 heart number and soul number, and they appear to conflict. Well, what that means is that there are some times when you're really happy reading a book, and there are other times when you're really happy being the socialite. So it all works. They don't conflict. It's just that they shift. There's a difference in shifting. So those 5 numbers are your core numbers, and they don't change. What one of our watchers was talking about was this challenge number. Those play a big part in your life because they change every 9 years. Okay, so that has a big change. I think personally, the personal year is really important because that changes every year.
Right.
And so it's current. It's not a lifelong number that's the same like your life path. It changes. So that carries a lot of weight with me, is what's going on in my life currently. Now, your essence number comes from your birth name, your name on your birth certificate, and it's all charted out. I won't go into it. It's too confusing. But it is also another number, and it can have and it's random in a way that you can have a 3-year cycle of one number, and maybe you'll have a 5-year cycle and maybe a 1-year cycle. It's all different, and that carries some weight because now you've got this number, this random number coming into your chart that says, oh yeah, you're going to have a little bit of challenge this year, maybe. Or you've got a 3, for instance. Well, that means that a 3 essence means it's going to be a social year, and it's going to be a fun year. So I say the core numbers carry the most weight because they are with you for your whole life. But there's others that come and go, and that have an influence differently than your core numbers. So I don't know what to say. Did I answer your question and all that?
You did. And we got a couple other questions. Before I get to Danielle's question, I have a question for you. Okay. So everybody knows that I was adopted. I didn't have any name on my birth certificate. But here's the thing. What happens, I'm a female, I'm pregnant, I want to pick the kid's name. I know all about numerology. I'm going to pick out the kid's name, so I can pick the life path of my child's name. If I take right, I can pick up sunshine comes out to be this, and the sunshine flower, and I'm going to put that together, and I know that her life path is going to be a 4 because I figured that out.
Right. Yeah. You can calculate that. I think you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Because there's other numbers that are gonna shift it. I have a friend of mine that she has 8 1s in her name, and I think if her mother could do it over, she wouldn't do that again to her. That's a lot. That's a lot of 1s. That's a lot of independence. That's a lot of alone. Yeah. Anyway, so I think ideally, if you're gonna choose your child's name like that, give them balance. If anything,
exactly. And that's why, like I told you, many of you know this, is I didn't have a name for the first 18 months. I was just considered baby boy. That was it. And it's just so weird, right? But now, and I add I think you told me this, to add my middle name, because I think on the adoption, it has my my first name and middle name and my last name,
Right.
which is interesting. But now that we haven't done it yet, we haven't done it legally yet, but I'm going to on the business page, I'm going to keep my last name Patras, right? That will be me for business. It'll be that, but everything else, I'm hyphenating it to Patras Vitorino. So I'm going to hyphen the last name. So it's on my personal page that way. But I was like, okay, this is what I wanted. I think it's a good, I think we did it. You and I did it. And you
Right.
said
We
it was
did that.
a good thing to
It,
do. Yeah.
it's a, it brought in a lot of, well, Federino, you can imagine it brought in a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really awesome thing to do. I told you that my real name is Susan with an S,
That's right.
and legally with an S, but the Z is my nom de plume. And the Z, I told you this too, but every letter has every number has 3 letters attached to it except a 9. But the Z is actually an 8. And the 8 letters are H, Q, and Z. So most people don't have an 8 in their name. I mean, you got to think that that's a little H, Q, and Z. So interestingly, I added that Z for the 8, so I could have that balance, that financial and that authority piece in my name. So, and it's not legal. I mean, I'm still Suzan Owens, and I'll keep the Susan, but
Yeah.
the Z changes it, and that changed
Hey,
it
look
just
at that,
enough.
Gloria Lozano. She's got the Z in her
Oh, I
name.
love it. Well done.
And Heather's got an
Yeah.
H in her name.
Yeah.
Danielle has a great question. How and why did you get into numerology versus astrology or other spiritual paths?
Well, I've done them. I've done them all. That sounds terrible. The truth is, I've loved them all. I started studying. I think my science teacher, when I remember this today, my science teacher when I was in junior high school, I hated science, and I talked him into letting me do an astrology report for my term paper. And so I've all kind of studied it, but for some reason astrology just got to be too big for me. I don't know. It just felt like it's just so much. I couldn't get myself grounded in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I do tarot cards. I love tarot. And they all fit together, right? Astrology, I've got many astrologer friends, and we all talk about how they intersect. They all, and again with the tarot. I mean, when you think about your life path, being a 2, well, that's actually the priestess card, which is a beautiful card. Mine actually is the Empress. I am the Empress card. So whatever your life path is, match that to a tarot card. It's really telling. But so numerology just spoke to me. It for some reason I'd pick up something and I go, oh, this makes sense. This makes sense. And then I started using it in my life. I started looking at how I was running my life. And now that I know that it's an 8-year, I know it's not a year to go inward. Mm-hmm. It's not a year to write a book. It's a year to really put what my book was and build a business, which is what I'm working on this year. I'm building my business. So I'm working with the numbers as opposed to being oblivious to what they are and running around trying to do something that I've got the vibration and the energy of the numbers with me.
I just think, all this stuff is truly fascinating, truly fascinating. I'm going to mention this here now, just so I don't forget. On February 10th, Dawn Silver, I would love for you to meet Dawn. She is a naturopath. She used to own a store in Chicago called Healing Earth Resources, and it was the first place where I actually did a workshop. She was just so kind, and she had some big names come to that bookstore. She was really good. We did the numbers here, everyone. So on Saturday, February 10th, if you go to eliaspatras.com, you'll see it. We're doing 2024, the year of endless possibilities. So Dawn is going to take your birth chart. She will do your birth chart and she will go over what 2024 is going to be about. So she's going to give everybody
Interesting.
Falls into this group and that group a general reading. She'll talk about each sign And so she'll give that astrological piece. She could talk for 4 hours on just one. I mean, she is an amazing woman. And then what I'm going to do is everybody that's going to be there, I'm going to give them a on the spot reading for what I'm getting for 2024. So
Awesome.
we're combining astrology with that. She said, "This is only the beginning. Follow your northern star, one star of destiny. It's a smorgasbord of excitement and intuitive messages."
Oh, sounds fabulous. Oh my gosh.
That is February 10th. Go to eliasmattress.com. Take a look. Real quick, Melissa asks, angel numbers or seeing consecutive numbers as signs and numerology, are these related or different?
I think there's a lot of I think there's a lot that's related. My license plate's 1111 because I totally believe 1111 is my number. Those are my numbers. And whatever. But there are master numbers, and I'll tell you that 11 is a master number, 22, 33, 44. And those all carry a lot of vibration, a higher vibration than just the single digits. That's in my book too, master numbers. We don't have time to get into those, but yeah, there's a lot of similarities, definitely.
I also have a quick question. Janicki from Norway says, my birth mother had a name for me. My name as adopted is As You See. What name should I focus on? Her birth name or her adopted name?
Birth name.
Okay.
Janicki, I'm also adopted. And I didn't know what my birth name was until I was 29 years old. So that was interesting. I was raised with a name that I don't carry at all anymore, my adopted name. And then I got married. So that was the third time I changed my name. But it's the name on your birth certificate. Absolutely. Because that's who you came in to be.
Right.
Okay. Now, the other one, this one that your adopted name, figure that one out too, because that does carry some influence to your name. If you use it, it carries some influence.
I just find that fascinating. You're adopted. I'm adopted. Janicki's adopted. Whoop, whoop. Carson says, what about master numbers? My first initial and last name all eventually add up to master numbers, and a birthday as a master numbers. Not a lot of info on the master number.
Yeah, I'm going to say, Carson, get my book, really, because 11/2 is a master number, and 11 is a highly intuitive number. 2 is very intuitive, but the 11 is a higher vibration of that, a divine vibration, and it's called the messenger, the divine messenger is 11/2. The 22/4 is the number of manifestation, and you have a legacy to build if you've got a 22/4 in your name. 33/6 is the earth mother. You are the quintessential caregiver because you're the 33/6. 44/8, rarely see it. I did see it the other day, blew me away. And boy, that's you're talking major legacy, major business, a lot of really powerful numbers right there with that 44/8.
I just bought your book. Can't wait. Awesome.
Oh, thank you so much, Melanie.
And Jill says there's a whole lot of information about the master numbers in the back part of the book.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, because they are a part of ours. I have a friend of mine that was born November 22nd, 11/22. So, and the other thing I want to say that you have that divine energy behind you when you have a master number. However, you can choose out. I'm pretty sure anybody watching this program is connected enough spiritually to not want to choose out. If you're given a gift from the heavens, you don't choose out of that. But some people do. I've seen it. They don't follow their gifts at all. They change whatever they want to do in their life, and we have free will.
Cindy, I'm not understanding your question. What about your birth name was changed, but still the same name?
Oh, mine. Suzan, Susan, and then I just put a Z in it for a nom de plume. Is that what she's asking, Cindy?
I don't know if she's asking about her or she's asking about you.
What about your birth name was changed, but still the same name?
Yeah, you have to let us know, Cindy.
I'm not following you, honey.
I'm not following it either. Okay, getting the book.
Oh,
Excellent.
thanks. All
Excellent.
right, Carson.
If you opt out, can you go back to your original life purpose?
I would say yes to that. And I think that your original life purpose would be your destiny. You can choose whatever you want to do. What I'm saying, if you choose out of that, 11 is a higher vibration of the number 2. So you're just, so instead of working with that 11, that divine 11, you're 2, meaning that you work, I want to say, in a more material space. How do I explain that? Maybe maybe you don't work that much with your intuition. It's you don't feel compelled to build a legacy. You just work. It's your choice. That's what I'm trying to say with that one.
Yep, makes sense. What about using a wedding date as a guide for marriage?
I agree with that. Now, the other thing, I think that's really powerful. Like, I wouldn't get married I mean, it's not a big deal. But I wouldn't get married on a 7-day, because that's a day of just individuals and made your own alone time. Get married on a 6-day. That's a great day. Also, your house numbers. If you add up all your house numbers and and get them to a single digit, if they're a 6, that's a good number for a house number. Or a 2 is a good number for a house number. If you have a 4, sometimes that means you're going to have a lot of work to do in your house. If it's an 8, sometimes that means you're going to have to spend a lot of money on your house. If it's a 1, might be that you're the only one in your house. So believe me.
What did you say was a good number for
6? 6. Home and family. Yep. Home and family. Always a good number for a house. Yeah, number 6.
That's good. Okay. Your birth name is Cindy. Okay, so you just go with your birth name, honey.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Your name is my adopted name was spelled Cindy. Adopted name Cynthia.
Oh, okay. Birth name Cindy. Go with Cindy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. See what happens when you explain it a little bit better?
I didn't understand that, because I was born Susan K, but I grew up as Susan Louise, and I didn't know that my middle name was K until, like I said, when I was 29 years old. Wow. So yeah, my mom, and she had the freedom. My adopted mom had the freedom to change it, so that's what she did.
And Dale said she made me like I was born Dale and changed my name to Dale as an adult. So she had her name spelled Dale when she was born, but she changed her name to Dayle as an adult.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I would
go with Dale, Dale. But that Y, that adds a 7 element, a spiritual element, Dale, to your name, which that's a GPY is a 7, and so you added that Y. So I'm guessing that was a good addition. Actually, I would say that to you, that was a good addition, because being a spiritual person, and there might have been some, the impetus might have been because you were asking big questions. It's a metaphysical number, is a 7.
So Dolores says, if a wedding is a 7, should we redo the vows?
Not at all. Not at all. You don't need to. I would. I met 2 people once that they had a great marriage, and then I did their charts, and they were both 7s, and I thought, oh my gosh, how and it took 2 7s to understand that they each needed their freedom to go in their own space. They needed their own space, their own time. So 7 isn't a bad number for a relationship. Don't let me get me wrong. It's just that your partner needs to understand that you have to have your space, your alone time, and to study. Yeah.
Dolores said, I'm manifesting a duplex for us.
I love it.
You're cute. So once again, guys, please get the book, Wisdom of Numerology, Suzan Owens. If you want, go to wisdomofnumerology.com. It's that simple. Hi, Angela. You're going to have to watch the replay. Yes.
Oh, and then sign up on my website to get your monthly update, because that, like I said, that's a freebie. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's really, believe me, it's really right on. It's really helped a lot of people. So please
And
do. I
guys,
love it.
we love when you sign up for our emails, because when we, once again, when we go to somebody that's a producer, somebody, the first question is, how many people on your
Oh,
email? Yeah.
followers. Yeah.
Thank you, Delora, for putting that up. So, couple things to let you guys know what's coming up. Tomorrow, if you're on TikTok, I'm Elias Patras on TikTok. So go to TikTok, because we've got a live event. And this live event is myself, Sarah, and Trish. And we're all going to be on TikTok on this live event. I'm
Great.
super excited about it. We're going to talk about signs from spirit. Now, Trish, do you see your picture? Trish is going to be our guest next Saturday. We're going to talk
Fabulous.
about how we create connection with our loved ones that are no longer here. So I'm super excited that. Good night, Janicki. Blessings to you in Norway. Danielle says thank you and love your outfit matches your cover.
Oh,
It
thank you.
does. It does. So yes, thank you. We're going to have that tomorrow at 4:30. I will be having Spirit Psychic Popcorn, but it's going to be short because I have that on tomorrow. Tomorrow night, guided meditation will be shorter tomorrow. It is going to be a new moon meditation, which I have to do a flyer for that. And it'll be that. I'm just going to say this so you all know this. If you see me fidgeting a little bit, I am still not feeling the best. I have to get an MRI next week of my pelvic region. So we're just gonna prayers for good outcome that this antibiotic is going to be working. So I'm just going to say it on here because people. I'm so open anyway. So we're thinking that I have that the colonoscopy could have, when they pull the tube out, could have scraped something, and I might have an infection. It could be a fistula. So it's very painful. So I am fidgeting because I need to, I'm going to go back and lay on the couch. But I wanted to be here with the Zoom ring and be here for all of you guys. And I'm just being here. And I will be here as much as I can. If you don't see me on here, please know that it is what it is. So again, thank you so much, Susan. You are always welcome to come back. I mean, there's so much we can talk about, so many topics with you, and people just love this. And again, you are welcome anytime to come on. If you need anything to promote anything, you just let me know.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome. And again, guys, please get the book. Everyone, we are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And when we educate, we grow. There's unity in community, from our hearts to yours. Thanks, everybody. Susan, hold the phone. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Be well, everybody. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening.